So may I introduce the wonderful panel to you. On the very left, the lovely Elizabeth Forrester, fundraiser for over 10 years for a variety of charitable causes, and I just had a chat to her. I think you worked in advertising as well, and you've done some fantastic capital fundraising projects. Would you like to just share for a minute?
Sure. As Karina said, I have been involved for the past 10 years in fundraising, mostly capital appeals, which is bricks and mortar, so buildings and the like. And my background is in advertising with IT, sort of tech folk. So I did that for 5 years. I left and I went into the third sector, one of which, the first job I had was in the West End for a church that was falling to pieces with no parishioners and people shooting up in the back pew. And over the space of about 18 months, we had a £4 million target and we raised 1,800,000 just in the first sort of kick. Then later I left and moved on to something else, and it's actually hit the target and done really well since. There's a lot of social outreach programs, so that's sort of kind of what kicked me into this.
Sure, you got a lot to contribute. Second up, Jules Robinson is a creative communication specialist with expertise in PR, marketing, and fundraising for business and charities, so a wealth of experience there. Anything else you'd like to tell us about yourself? Your involvement with Passion Plays?
I played Jesus' mum for a couple of years. So I've helped out with mainly with Wintershall, Life of Christ, the plays there, and then in Trafalgar Square and Guildford High Street with PR and fundraising and marketing. I have a background in journalism, so magazines and TV, trying to think of angles and stories that will hit the press. So that's always quite helpful. And work for businesses and charities.
Yes. Fantastic, great. Emily Swain in the middle of the panel, actor, director, and I think you were assistant director to the Passion Plays in Brighton. And over a couple of years, do you want to just tell us a bit more about you?
I think people will find out in a minute I'm not an expert, but that's not the point. No, I think one of the reasons I'm here is because I've worked with James the last 3 years in Brighton, and I'd always had a background in theatre, and I was brought up in professional theatre. My parents were actors, and I've been in and out of the industry quite a lot. But one of the things that brought me back into the industry was working with James in the Passion Plays, and also gave me an appetite for directing, which I didn't expect to have because I was formatively an actor, and I've gone back to acting now as well. But the point is that it gave me a new angle on directing and in injection acting, which was very refreshing, having come from a very secular background. Although we've had sort of Christian elements of theatre in my family life too. So it's really here to sort of show what a positive effect it had on me as an artist, really, not just about the angle of things. I think that's probably the most I can offer today is from that point of view.
And if I can blow your trumpet as well, I think you've always stood very firmly on keeping the bar high in production values for these plays. That's one thing I think you've always said, but for the right reason, that it's that if we're reflecting God, we do it to our best ability, and that's been a blessing for anything you've been involved with, I think.
Lovely, thank you. James, I don't think you need further introduction, but if you like, you can tell us something about yourself that we don't know.
How do you keep your hair so nice and joking?
It's all out there, really.
We're all friends here, James.
I think I suppose I'm here mostly to just see again how I can help. So I'm really grill us. Really, even if you think we don't know the answers, there's stuff that we know that we don't even know we know, and you can help us with that. So grill.
Douglas, welcome to the panel as well. You run the Ichtes group, and to elaborate on...
I'm the interloper in this hallowed crowd. I wasn't actually invited to be a part of this originally, but speaking to James earlier on, he felt it was appropriate that I joined the gang. Ichthus was set up about 8 years ago, specifically at the time, to work with Christian projects on technical provision. Our first project was with the Winchester Passion, which I know that Israel's going to talk a bit more about later on. And that was massive budget, big crowds, whatever. But I learned a lot of lessons through that. And the company was set up. Initially, my dream has always been that it would get to the stage where we're making enough money in the secular world that I can do all of this for free. That's still my dream. So hopefully in the years to come, I can come along and do all your technical stuff for nothing. But that depends on how the Lord works. So I'm here to offer advice on your preparations for the technical side of things and any questions that you need to have answered. And whatever needs